Hello everyone, welcome to IAS with Arihant. Student, as you know, every day at 9 p.m. we are discussing about Indian polity, and this session is going to be very beneficial for those who are preparing for any state PSC examination as well as for the UPSC examination students. Okay, so this series is called as Prelims Possible. As you know, students, prelims is one of the biggest hurdle. Okay, and where you'll get question in MCQs format, as well as the practice of question is also very important. And after clearing prelims examination, you go for the mains. Okay, so for that purpose we are trying to give you the best content here, and it will help you a lot for your prelims examination as well as in the mains examination also. And this series is basically based on this book that is published by Arihant, Prelims Possible and Indian Polity, and this is available for the other subject also. Okay, so you must go with the same. Okay, and we are going to discuss each and everything in a very detailed format. But first thing, what this book contain and why this book is unique than other books. Okay, what you find, students, basically this book is divided into chapters, and these chapters are divided into topic. Okay, along with that, students, you will find with each and every topic you will get a mind map, and this book is 100% error free. Explanations are very means you can say arranged in a very unique format that will help you in your prelims as well as in the mains answer writing. Along with that, students, with the means there will be a knowledge plus for the typical questions, and there's a 3500 plus PYQ bullets in the last of this book, students. Okay, in the today's chapter we are going to discuss a very unique chapter, and basically it is an outline of Indian Constitution, or it is also considered as the summary of Indian Constitution, students. Basically it is called as preamble of Indian Constitution. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the mind map as well as the important explanation. But before that, student, if you see, I'm just going to give you an idea. Students, let's suppose you want to know what this book contains. Okay, so there's a two option. Once you read the complete book and then give your outline, and let's suppose you put it outline here, it means that someone going to read this, they will find what this book contains. In the same format, our Indian Constitution is also arranged in the same manner. Our constitution makers created a constitution, and basically preamble is considered as a summary of the Indian Constitution. And basically preamble contain what our constitution contain and what the constitution maker was thinking about the Constitution of India, and how they are assuming, or what they want to give to India as a constitution. And these all the concept and ideas is included under the preamble, students. It is also used as a guiding star. Let's suppose there are some article and there is an ambiguous article, means there is a conflict between two articles. In that case we can use preamble. What preamble mentioning what our constitution makers are trying to reflect. Okay, so I hope everyone aware with the same. So we are going to discuss about the preamble, but before that I will read it, and after that we'll go to discuss with the MCQs that was previously asked students. If you see here the preamble, okay, so as I told you, preamble is simply called as, it is also called as summary, it is also called as introduction, it is also considered as a keynote of Indian Constitution. Okay, so what it is, so I'm just reading it, and after that I will explain it. So it start with the we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a, okay, here they are saying that we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a, what we want to create India as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. So this socialist and secular, these two words initially was not there. So socialist plus secular, these two words was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, students. And students, once you move further, so originally there was three word here. I'm just highlighting with yellow marker. So see, sovereign was here, democratic and republic, these three words was initially included under the preamble, but these two words was added by an amendment, that is 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. After that, in the same line, students, in the same paragraph, what they are saying, and to secure all of its citizens. Okay, so what they want to secure for the citizens? Okay, so they want to give justice. Okay, so the concept of justice we derive from Russia or Russian Revolution 1917. And what type of justice we want to give? That social justice, economical justice, as well as political justice. After that, students, there is a concept of liberty, equality and fraternity. These three are derived from French Revolution 1789, students. Okay, so what type of liberty enshrined in our Indian Constitution? So liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith and liberty of worship also. Very important, because this was the previous year question paper where they are asking ki which of the following liberty is not included in the preamble, or which of the following term is included under the preamble of Indian Constitution, students. Now, what type of equality we have? Okay, so if you see, equality of status and equality of opportunity, and to promote among them all. What type of fraternity we have, students? So you see, fraternity assuring the dignity of individual and unity and integrity of the nation. Student, this word unity was there, means it was also added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Okay, so there was unity and integrity of the nation. This is also a unique. So these three words was added later in our Indian Constitution, students. So this is very, very important. In our Constitution Assembly, in the 4th paragraph, what they are mentioning, in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November, 26th, just let me just choose the right color to highlight it. Okay, so 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourself this Constitution, students. So basically, from the preamble only, we are getting a very unique date, that is 26th of November 1949. Okay, this is a very unique date. It is mentioning that the Constitution was adopted on same day, students. Okay, so this is also very, very important and unique to remember, students. Okay, now these all important codes, these all important points, or these important unique terms we are going to discuss. What it says that we the people of India, it is the ultimate sovereignty of the people, or simply you can say the people of India is the authority who is giving power. Okay, then what you get, students? Sovereign. Sovereign means basically own independent authority. No other country is going to control us. We are totally free to take our own decision. Okay, no country is going to compel to take our decision, students. Getting it? Okay, I hope it is okay, everyone. Then you get the term socialist, indicate democratic socialism, that is the achievement of socialist goal through the democratic, evolutionary and non-violent means, students. So our Constitution is also mentioning about the socialist policies that is included under the directive principle of state policy. We are secular, students. It was also added later by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. It is also included under the fundamental right of Indian Constitution, students. Okay, then we have the word that is democratic. Democratic means here basically people going to choose their representative, and that representative will be responsible towards them. So universal adult franchisee we have, free and fair election concept is there, independent judiciary, rule of law, no discrimination. These all will be the part of the democratic concept, students. If we talk about the republic, the supreme authority, republic basically supreme authority or the head of the nation. Head of the nation must be elected. okay, must be elected students. So this is also very important. The head of the nation, and who is the head of the nation of India? Basically President of India. He must be elected. So this concept discuss about these points, students. Now we are going to see about the objectives, that is justice, social, economical and political justice. It is derived from USSR, Russia, as I already told you. Liberty of thought, liberty of expression, belief, faith and worship, equality, unity and integrity of the nation. Okay, so this word was also added later by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. And then students, what you find, fraternity. So these all are the unique term, and this date is also important, 26th of November 1949. So just try to remember these concept as well as the unique word. Okay, now we are going to discuss MCQs, and as students, as I already told you, this MCQs are included in the same book, and there is a very beautiful explanation, and it is going to help you a lot in your examination, students. So we will start with the first question. The mind of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following, students? Okay, so as you know, there was a specific and unique body, that was Constituent Assembly. They created Constitution of India. So by reading which document, by reading which page of Indian Constitution, we can say कि yes, our Constitution maker thinking about this, and they want to give to our country this concept, or they want to what our country should be. Okay, so there are some options: the preamble, the fundamental right, the directive principle of state policy, and the fundamental duties. So basically it is included under the IAS, means UPSC pre 2017 question paper. So once you read, students, preamble of Indian Constitution, what you find, what our Constitution maker want to create. Okay, so it include we the people of India. Here basically they are mentioning about the nature of Indian Constitution as well as objective of the Indian Constitution. Along with that, students, they also including some specific date under which it is mentioned given how this Constitution and when this Constitution is going to be implemented, students. Getting it? Okay, everyone. So this is very unique and this is very simple. Just try to remember for the same, students. I hope you all getting it. Okay, everyone. Okay. Now we're moving further to the next question, but before that, there's a very beautiful explanation under the same book, students. The mind of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in the preamble. Okay, so preamble contain the summary of the Constitution. The preamble of the Constitution of India reflect the fundamental structure and essence of the Constitution. It states the objective, what type of objective we have in the Constitution, that is justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. So these all word included in the preamble. So means you read the Constitution or you read the preamble, you will get the basic idea, you will get the summary. Okay, everyone. Now see the next question. Where have the word we the people of India have been used in the Constitution of India, students? This was in Bihar PSC 1994, Madhya Pradesh PSC 2016. So where we are using the word we the people of India. So what you find, students, as we all know, we the people of India are having solemnly to resolve basically resolve the India into. So there is some word. Okay, so it is included under the preamble of Indian Constitution, students. I don't need to read the option, and as you know, students, this is very simple and unique. So directive principle, fundamental right, citizenship and preamble. So you all know that basically the preamble, it start with the we the people of India, and what the we means, what is the meaning of we the people of India? It means that the supreme authority, who the people of India is the supreme authority, and they are accepting this Constitution on 26th of November 1949 according to the preamble. Okay, everyone. Now we are going to see the explanation. The word we the people of India have been used in the preamble of Constitution. The preamble in its present form begin with the we the people of India, means that constitution derive authority from the citizen, or you can say the people of India students. Now just move to the next question, that is third question. The preamble given in the constitution, what it is? As you know students, preamble, there is a very unique case in 1973 that is called as Keshav Anand Bharti case. What happened in Keshav Anand Bharti case, students? At that time Supreme Court given a very great judgment, basically doctrine of basic structure. Okay, and under the same part students, basically Supreme Court says that we can amend the Constitution of India, but we must not break the basic structure of Indian Constitution. And in the same judgment what you find, preamble is now considered as the part of Indian Constitution, and it is the basic part of Indian Constitution, and it can be amended. So amendment can be possible here. That's why there was amendment takes place and 3 word was included. Student, but preamble cannot be enforceable in court of law. So it is a statement that will be used at the time of ambiguity, at the time of confusion between 2 articles or 2 concepts. So it can be used as a basically guiding star, but it is not enforceable in court of law. So here some concepts are given. Listen carefully and you have to use in your examination, students. So preamble given in the Constitution is not enforceable in court. This statement is correct. Is important and have utility. Okay. It describes the aim of governance. Okay. It helps to give judicial meaning to our Constitution. So what you see, students, it is important and have utility. It used to basically it is a part of Indian Constitution, so that's why you need to understand it. It describes the aim of governance, objective it is included. Okay, so what you see, 1, 2 and 3 is going to be correct for the same, but judicial meaning to our Constitution, it is not going to be correct, students. It is Supreme Court judiciary. Okay, now so option C is correct. Preamble of our Constitution is a part of the Constitution, but is not enforceable by court. This means that court cannot pass order against the government of India to implement the ideas in the preamble, students. It is a brief introductory statement that set out the guiding purpose. As I told you, let's suppose some concept is there that is ambiguous, where we use the preamble for the guiding purpose, guiding star. The principle and philosophy of the Constitution through the notion of democracy, it indicates that the Constitution has established a form of government that gets its authority from the will of the people. Okay, the rulers are elected by the people and responsible to them. So this is about the democracy, a government by the people, to the people and for the people, students. Okay, now see the next question, question number 4. Who has termed Constitution as a basically sacred documents? Means in Hindi it is called as pavitra, pure. Okay, so as you know, students, it was included, means it was implemented on 26th of January 1950, and we are living in 2024. So approximately near about 74 year is completed in basically for the implementation of our Indian Constitution. What you find, this given a very great unity to this diversity, students. That's why it is considered as a sacred. It is above than every religion, it is above than every person, it is above than every community. Okay, so that's why it is sacred, students. So who said that? So basically there is a person named as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir. He said that basically Constitution of our country is the sacred document. Okay, so this question was in Madhya Pradesh PSC. It is also very important to remember where it was asked. Okay, so Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has termed Constitution a sacred document. Dr. Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar, also known as the father of Indian Constitution, as students, he was the chairman for the drafting committee, and he read the Constitution of the different word. and he made a draft, and this was presented in the Constituent Assembly, and they made amendment in the same, and after that our constitution came into existence. Okay, so this is very important. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar considered the father of Indian Constitution, students. Getting it? Now just move to the next question. Which part of the Indian Constitution has been described as soul of Indian Constitution? Now students, there are two words, soul and heart. Okay, whenever there is a question ki soul of Indian Constitution, it is said by, there is a person named as Thakur Das Bhargav. So Thakur Das Bhargav was a person, he said that preamble is the soul of Indian Constitution. Preamble is a soul of Indian Constitution. Soul and heart of Indian Constitution means it was called to Article number 32 by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir. Okay, so this is very important. Ki who said that and what says that? Sometimes these type of question is also there. So Indian Constitution, the soul of Indian Constitution is basically the preamble, and Article 32 of the fundamental right is basically heart and soul of Indian Constitution. So just to make it clear, I just mentioned both things. You must try to remember the data and concept, students. It is going to be very, very important for your examination. So the preamble is called as soul of Indian Constitution because it reflects the core constitutional values that are present in the Constitution. Also, it has various features necessary for citizen like equality, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. So objective as well as philosophy as well as the nature of Indian Constitution also included under the preamble of India, students. Now we're moving to the next question that was in Uttar Pradesh lower PSC examination 2013. Objective of Indian Constitution is reflected in which of the following, students? Our objective is what? It is justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, where it is included. So you'll say, sir, it is included under the DPSP, it is included under the fundamental right. But what you find if we talk about where it is included combinedly, so these all included under the preamble of Indian Constitution, students. It is in fundamental right also. It is directive principle of state policy also. But in the preamble, because you have to choose one only, so preamble of Indian Constitution contain all these information. Okay, I hope you all getting it. It is very simple, it is very easy, and it is very important to remember. Now I'm just going to give you the explanation for the same part, students. The objective of Indian Constitution is in its preamble. The preamble is an introductory statement that reflects the philosophy and objective of the Constitution. The main objective of Indian Constitution include sovereignty, socialism, secularism, democracy, republic. Apart from this, justice, liberty, fraternity, equality, these all are the objective of Indian Constitution, students, and that all enshrined under the preamble of Indian Constitution. We are moving towards the next question, and that was asked in the Chhattisgarh PSC 2013 paper. So there is a seventh question. It says that who among the following called the preamble of Indian Constitution the horoscope of our sovereign? Okay, so horoscope of our sovereignty. Who called this statement, students? It is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, it is Vallabhbhai Patel sir, it is B.R. Ambedkar, it is K.M. Munshi or Mahatma Gandhi. So our preamble is called as horoscope. Horoscope is Bhavishwani in Hindi. Okay, so there is a person named as Kanhaiya Lal Manik Lal Munshi. He was the part of the drafting committee. He said that basically the preamble of Indian Constitution is the horoscope of our sovereign, students. Okay, so K.M. Munshi sir called the preamble of Indian Constitution as the horoscope of our sovereign of the basically because a person can predict the nature and future of the political system by looking the preamble. Yes, once you read the preamble, you understand what our constitution maker want to give to this nation. Okay, so you can predict the nature as well as future of the political system in India. And even today also, if you read preamble today only, you will find what type of policies, what type of basically constitution we have. Okay, so KM Ministry was the member of drafting committee in the Constituent Assembly. He was a Indian movement activist, okay, as well as politician, writer, and writer by the profession students. We are moving towards the next question, that was in Assam PSC 2013. Now this is the 8th question, students, and what it says that which of the following are true regarding the preamble of the Constitution of India. Student, I told you multiple times, that's why you must go with this book. As you can see, the explanation part means it is added in a very depth. Okay, so if it is in the depth format, definitely it will help you a lot. How it is going to help you? Once you see it, you have to utilize, okay, in your mains examination also. So preamble of the Constitution of India. So objective resolution was proposed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and passed by Constituent Assembly, which ultimately became preamble. So as you know, students, we already discussed 13th of December 1946 objective resolution was presented by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sir, and students, basically on 22nd of January 1947 it passed with a motion. Passed with motion. Motion basically means passed by the Constituent Assembly with a consensus. Okay, and later, students, this it says that what was the objective resolution, it later came to known as preamble of Indian Constitution, students. So what you see, this statement is correct. Okay, then second statement you have to see, the idea of preamble was borrowed from Constitution of USA. This is also very important, students. Our preamble, the concept of preamble, because for the first time in the world, preamble included under the US Constitution. So this concept is derived from the USA, but whenever we talk about the language, it is Australian. So language is Australian and the concept is USA based. Okay, the word socialist and secular was adopted by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. So as you know, students, by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, if you see this 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, it is considered as the mini constitution. Why it is called mini constitution, students? Because at that time major provision of the constitution was modified. So this is also very important. Now preamble incorporate the fundamental right of citizen. See, you have to see it. Preamble incorporates the fundamental right of citizen. Is it right? Is it wrong? You have to choose the correct answer for the same, students. Okay, so fundamental right is a separate provision under part 3 of Indian Constitution. So statement 1, statement 2 and statement 3 is correct, and you have to choose the correct answer by using the code, and you have to see where 1, 2, 3 are included. So it is included under the option A of the question, students. So A is going to be right for the same, students, means 1, 2, 3 is correct. Okay, so preamble of Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution, and objective resolution was drafted and moved by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sir on 13th of December 1946. American Constitution was the first constitution in the world who began with the preamble. So that's why our constitution maker also adopted this idea from the same. Okay, so preamble as a preface of the Constitution of India. The preamble has been amended only once so far by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, and at that time 3 words was added, that was socialist, secular and integrity. Integrity means akhandita, means it cannot be separate, it cannot be breaked. Okay, and fourth statement is not correct. As I told you, fundamental right is a provision that is included in our Indian Constitution, students, under part 3 of the Constitution, students. Just try to remember. Now we're moving towards the next question. Consider the following statement regarding the preamble of Constitution and state. Which of the following are correct with the help of the code given below? You have to choose the right answer. Objective resolution presented by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and eventually it became preamble. So you'll say, sir, it is correct. So the nature is non-justifiable, means you can't move to the code for the same. It is also correct. It cannot be amended. This is incorrect. As you know, students, there was an amendment takes place, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. After the Keshav Anand Bharti case, it was says that it is a part of Indian Constitution and it can be amended, okay, since it was amended one time. Okay, now it has abrogate specific provision for the Constitution. So what you see, students, it is not basically doing this type of things. So statement 1 and 2 is basically correct for the same, as well as it cannot be abrogate the specific provision. It is separate, okay, it will not stop anything. So what you find, 1, 2 and 4 is going to right answer for the same, students. So basically 1, 2 and 4 are correct statement. Objective resolution presented by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sir on 13th of December 1946. Objective resolution was passed in the assembly on 22nd of January 1947 and later it became the Constitution of India. Supreme Court declared that preamble is not justicable in nature and preamble cannot be brought to the court on the basis of the ground, and preamble can be used for the used to define various provision of the Constitution but cannot repeal specific provision of the Constitution. It can be used to define but it cannot repeal specific provision of the Constitution, student. Getting it? Okay. If you see the 10th question, the ideas and objective outlined in the preamble of Indian Constitution has been further elaborated in. So as you know, students, there are some ideals as well as objective. Basically, what are the objective? So basically there is a justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. In the same format, ideals is also there: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic. Okay, these type of things is also there. So where this objective elaborated? So what you find on the chapter of fundamental right, you will say yes sir, secular country. So under the fundamental right, under article 25 of the Indian Constitution to 28 of Indian Constitution, this is mentioning about the freedom of religion, secular state. Now chapter on the directive principle of state policy. Okay, so all basically for the economic independence, justice, social, economical, political is there. Okay, so this is also here. So statement C says that the chapter on directive principle of state policy, fundamental right and fundamental duties. So if you see statement C, and D says that nowhere in the text of the Constitution. So where these ideas are included, students? So simply you say, sir, it is in the fundamental right, it is in the directive principle, as well as it is in the fundamental duties of Indian Constitution, students. So option C is going to be right for the same. You have to use your very common sense. Okay, you not need to basically go through any rocket science. It is very simple, it is very easy. You just need to follow the ideals, you need to follow the concept sequentially. Okay, so now see the basic explanation. The ideals and objective outlined in the preamble of Indian Constitution has been further elaborated in the chapter on directive principle of state policy, fundamental right and directive principle of state policy, students. Getting it? It is simple. Okay, so the ideals and the objective enshrined in the Constitution do not have legal backing since preamble is not justicable, and thus these are elaborated in other part of the Constitution of India, students. Getting it? Simple. Now moving to the another question. What is the legal nature of preamble of Constitution? It is enforceable. It is not enforceable. It may be enforceable in special circumstances and none of the above. So as you know, students, on the basis of preamble you can't move to the court because it is non-enforceable. You can't go to court on the basis of any objective or ideals included under the preamble. Okay, so this was in UPPSC 2019. So it is non-enforceable, students. So legal nature of the preamble of Indian Constitution, preamble of the Constitution is that the provision mentioned in the preamble are not enforceable in court of law. Okay, if you see the 12th question, the preamble to the Constitution of India is, it was in UPSC IAS pre 2020. Preamble to the Constitution of India is a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect, not a part of the Constitution and has no legal effect, either a part of the Constitution and has same legal effect as any other part, as a part of the constitution but no legal effect independently on the other part. So student, as we already discussed, it is a part of Indian constitution, okay, and it has no legal effect independently of other part. If any means, as I told you, you can't go to the court, so it is no legal effect now. So but there is another part in our Indian constitution, if something is included there, definitely that will be enforceable. So option D will be correct for the same. Read the explanation and you will get here knowledge plus also. Okay, read it. I am going to explain the same, students. Read it. Concepts are easy, but once you move in a right way, then definitely it is going to be more easy. So the preamble to the Constitution of India is a part of Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other part. In the case of Anand Bharti case 1973, Supreme Court of India says that preamble is a part of Indian Constitution. Now there is a very unique segment, very unique thing of this book, students, that is knowledge plus. As I told you, it is included in means some important questions, okay, and it is give a very unique concept. So preamble set out the aim and aspiration of people, and these have been embodied in various provisions of the Constitution, and it certainly does not have legal effect independently, since it cannot be enforced in court of law. So we already discussed these things multiple times. Okay, now this question was in UPSC pre 2021 once again. Now, which of the following statement with regard to the preamble of Constitution is not correct? Okay, not correct. So the term secular, democratic, republic was not there in preamble originally. So as you know, democratic and republic was there. Preamble contained the basic structure of the Constitution of India. It is also correct according to Keshavanand Bharti case 1973. By itself, preamble is not enforceable in court of law. So this is also correct. Preamble is a part of Indian Constitution but it is not enforceable. Now where you have to see statement D. The Supreme Court has held that preamble cannot be considered as an aid to the legal interpretation of the Constitution where the language is ambiguous. So if you see, as I already told you, the preamble will work as a guiding star. If sometime any concept is ambiguous, where Supreme Court will use the same preamble to decide what is right. Okay, so here they are mentioning that, see, very important, Supreme Court held that preamble cannot, if they are using preamble, be considered as, so it is going to be correct, but they uses cannot, and that's why I am telling you UPSC using very, sometime they are just doing asking question and putting their option just like a thief. So you have to find the right you can say right keyword to find the right answer, students. Okay, so I just added here statement D is not correct because regard to the preamble to the Constitution of India, Supreme Court has held that preamble can be considered as an aid to legal interpretation of the Constitution where the language is ambiguous. The preamble is based on Jawaharlal Nehru's objective resolution. The preamble to the Indian Constitution lays out the Constitution's ideas and identifies the source of its power, students. Getting it? Very simple, very easy, and you have to find the right way. Okay, now we have the another question. The term sovereign in the preamble of Constitution of India is subscribed to which of the following meaning? Sovereign, students. Sovereign means our country is free to take any decision independently. So India can make and unmake any decision with respect to itself without any interference of outside. You will say, sir, this statement is correct. Union and state both are sovereign. You will say, no sir, states are not sovereign, they have limitations. Union of India can acquire any other foreign territory. So under Article 2 of Indian Constitution, we already discussed, we will discuss that India can acquire any other foreign territory also. Union of India has power to cede part of the national territory. Okay, so what you see, students, so is this power included here? Okay, so you will say, sir, this power is already lies with the parliament or the center. So this is correct. So we are sovereign, we are free, we are independent. So option C is going to be correct because it has statement 1, 2, 1, 3 and 4 is right. Statement 2 is incorrect, students. Just remember. Okay, everyone. So just see the explanation. Statement 1, 3 and 4 are correct as about the term sovereign in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Sovereign implies that India is an independent country, not a dominion. So it can take all decisions independently, okay, related to internal and external matter independently. Being a sovereign state, India can either acquire a foreign territory or cede a part of it, students. Okay. Statement 2 is not correct because Article 3 gives power to Parliament to alter the boundary of a state. So states are not sovereign, students. Getting it? Okay, very simple. Now just move to the next question. Question number 15. India has people's sovereignty because preamble of the Constitution begins with the word. Preamble of the Constitution begin with the word Democratic India, Republic India, Democracy of People, or We the People of India. This was in Bihar PSC 1994. So as we already discussed, the Constitution of India, the preamble start with the We the People of India having solemnly to resolve and constitute India into. Okay, so there is 5 words. Okay, so just try to remember. So India has people's sovereignty because preamble of the Constitution begin with the word We the People of India, and it shows that sovereignty of people and citizen of India. It means that sovereignty lies with the people of India, and the Constitution uphold democratic principle, ensuring citizens elect their own representative, students. Getting it? Now we are moving towards the next question. What was the exact constitutional status of the Indian Republic on 26th of January 1950 when Constitution came into force? Okay, so a democratic and republic state. Now see, as I told you, the nature they are going to ask. So there will be some word that was in the Constitution preamble on 26th of January. So democratic republic, sovereign democratic republic, sovereign secular democratic republic, sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. So this is our present status. But as you know, socialist and secular word was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So if you are going to remove this, then what we find? Sovereign, democratic and republic. Sometimes they are saying ki arrange in sequential format. So statement B is correct for the same. Okay, but let's suppose they are going to modify question and they are asking in the present sense, then you have to choose option D, students. Getting it? So option B is correct. The exact constitution status of the Indian Republic was sovereign democratic republic when the Constitution came into force. Preamble of Constitution of India declares India as a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. Original text of the preamble, which was adopted on 26th of November 1949, was We the People of India having solemnly to resolve and constitute India into a sovereign democratic and republic, and to secure all of its citizens justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. 2 words was added later, and 1 more word, that was integrity, was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, now this question was belonging to UPPSC pre 2008. I hope my concept means what data I am sharing with you, I hope you all able to get it. If you feel any doubt and difficulties, students, I told you multiple times, you all are free to ask any question without any hesitation. Okay, so we are moving towards the next question, that is question number 17. which one among the following statement is not correct? Okay, so the word socialist in the preamble of the Constitution of India read with. Socialist in the preamble of the Constitution of India read with, and you have to see this question, not correct. Article 39 clause D, equal pay, so would enable the court to uphold the constitutionality of nationalization law. Okay, Article 14 would enable the court to strike down a statute which failed to achieve the socialist goal in the fullest extent. Article 25 would enable the court to ensure freedom guaranteed under Article. Okay, and then Article socialist they are including. Article 23 enable the court to reduce the inequality of income and status. So word socialist in the preamble of Indian Constitution read with which of the following? So means which is not correct. You have to choose in this format. Okay. Article 25 is for the secular. Okay. Article 25 is here, freedom of religion. Okay. So this is also important. So statement C is incorrect. Okay. So statement C is incorrect because preamble declare India as a secular and socialist state. India as a democratic socialism which involved nationalization of all means of production and distribution of wealth and equality of opportunity. Directive principle of state policy represent the socialist feature of India. Secular state means India remain neutral in the affair of religion, and all religion in our country have same status, means state don't have any religion. Okay, so Article 25 to 28 is a fundamental right and it secure the secular feature of the nation students, not the socialist feature. At the time of enactment of the Constitution, which one of the following ideas or ideals was not included in the preamble of Indian Constitution, students? Sorry. So this was in MPPSC 2005 and basically Assam PSC 2016. Liberty, socialism, equality and justice. So student, if you see liberty, equality, justice, these are the objective. Okay, and it is included already. Socialism concept was added in 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So option B is going to be right for the same, and you have to write in the comment box, students, also to just we need to check how you guys are participating here. Okay, so at the time of enactment of Constitution, the ideal of socialism was not included in the preamble. It was in the basically part of Indian Constitution, but means that is also a part, but it is included in the fundamental right and other places also, but it was not included in the preamble means ideal of socialism, students, means there is no specific word for that. It was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Indian socialism is a democratic socialism, not a communist socialism. The word liberty, equality and justice represent the basic value of democratic political system, and preamble declares India as a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. The objectives stated by preamble are to secure justice, liberty, equality to all citizens, to promote the fraternity, to maintain unity and integrity to the nation, students. Now this question was in UPPSC also. In context of preamble of Indian Constitution, which of the following sequence is correct? Republic, peoples, democratic, secular, socialist, universal and sovereign. Sovereign, socialist, democratic, people, secular, republic. Sovereign, socialist, peoples, democratic, secular, socialist, republic. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. So you have to choose the correct sequence. So as I told you, students, this sequence is going to be right. Sovereign, socialist, secular. These two words was by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Democratic republic was initially there. Okay, so this is the right sequence. How you can remember? If you see from secular to sovereign, this is the in the retrogressive way, or you can say in the reverse format, secular, in the dictionary format, secular, socialist and sovereign. Getting it? Just try to remember. So first line of the preamble read with the "We the people of India." Okay, and after that these 5 words was here: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic, and then objective is also included in the same students. So this question was in UPPCS Mains 2005. Which one of the following describe India as a secular state, student? India as a secular state. Fundamental right, preamble to the constitution, 9th schedule, or directive principle of state policy. Secular state. Okay, it is fundamental right or preamble of Indian constitution, students. Okay, so see, in fundamental right there is a freedom of religion, but there is no word as secular. Preamble to the Constitution of India include the word secular. Okay, getting it? Preamble to the Constitution of India included the word secular state. Okay, so preamble to the Constitution describe India as a secular state. The term secular was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. The Indian Constitution embodies the positive concept of secularism, that is, all religion in our country have the same status and support from the state, students. Okay, so this is about option B and their explanation. Now we're moving towards the next question, the 21st question, and this was in Manipur PSC, West Bengal PSC. What is the proper connotation of the term secularism? Proper connotation of the term secularism. The state is the portion of all religion. In the affair of governance and formulation of state policy, state is not guided by religious consideration. The state should promote dominant religion or none of the above. Student, what is the concept of secularism? State don't have any religion and state is not going to be influenced by any religion, students. So once they are creating any policies, they are not trying to govern, they are not trying to formulate any policies which is guided by religion. So automatically option B is going to be right for the same students. So here the explanation, the proper connotation of the term secularism in the affair of governance and formulation of state policy, and that the state is not guided by religious consideration. The Indian Constitution embodies the positive concept of secularism, that is, all religion in our country have the same status, support and basically opportunity. Okay, so this is one thing, just try to remember. Now the question was in MPPSC 2003, and the question is 2022. Okay, so which of the following is true in relation to the preamble of Indian Constitution? So the word socialist and secular were not the part of the preamble on the enforcement of Constitution in 1950. So the above mentioned word was inserted by amendment in 1977. Okay, the above mentioned word is inserted in 1985. These two words are not part of the preamble. Student, socialist and secular word was not part of Indian Constitution when it was implemented, but later these word was added. So statement A is going to be true for the same students. So the word socialist, secular and integrity were added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, students. Getting it? Now there is another question, and that is asked in multiple examination, MPPSC, Bihar PSC, Mizoram PSC. The words secular and socialist were added to the preamble of Indian Constitution by 39th Amendment, 41st Amendment, 42nd Amendment and 44th Amendment, students. So the secular and socialist as well as integrity, these three words was added in our Indian Constitution by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 and this is basically considered as mini constitution. It is considered as mini constitution, students. Getting it? So the word secular, socialist were added to the preamble to the Indian Constitution by 42nd Amendment 1976. It changed the text of the preamble from India to sovereign democratic republic to India to be a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. Now see the 24th question, students. It was in UPPSC pre 2021. Which of the following word is not mentioned in the preamble of the Constitution of India? That is sovereign, that is democratic, secular and federal, students. Not mentioned in the preamble. Sovereign is there, democratic is there, socialist is there, but federal word is not included in the preamble of Indian Constitution, students. So option D is correct. So federal word is not mentioned in the preamble of Indian Constitution. The ideals behind the preamble of Indian Constitution was laid down by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sir in the objective resolution, and it was passed by a Constituent Assembly on 22nd of January 1947. Federal refers to the system of government in which power is divided between various political unit, students. Okay. Now see the next question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other is as reason. Chhattisgarh PSC 2009. Assertion: India is a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic. Reason: it was substituted by 42nd Amendment 1976 for sovereign, democratic and republic, students. So see, one is assertion and other is reason. So what you find, students, yes, India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic country. Along with that, students, it was added, means there is a two important word, it was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. So both explanation, A means assertion and reason, are true, and reason are the correct explanation for the assertion, students. Okay, so the same thing is written here. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and it was changed by 42nd Amendment, students. Now, which of the following word have been added to the preamble by 42nd Amendment? It is socialist, it is Gram Swaraj, it is secular, it is sovereign. So 1, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 4 and 2, 3 and 4, students. What you find? Socialist, secular and integrity word was added. So statement means option number 1 and option number 2 is going to be right for the same, students. Getting it? Option number 1 and option number 3 is going to be right for the same. So statement B will be correct for the same, students. So just try to remember. Okay, 1 and 3 is right. So socialist, secular, integrity word was added by 42nd Amendment 1976, students. And as I already told you, 42nd Amendment is called as mini constitution of India, students. Now, which among the following is the correct expression of the term secular in India? It was in UPPSC Mains 2005. And students, once again I like to mention, this book is going to help you a lot. I hope you all following this question, and these are very unique and the explanation are added in a very unique format, so you must go with it. Okay, so which among the following is the correct expression for the term secular in India? India has many religions. Indians have religious freedom. Following the religion depend upon the will of an individual, and there is no religion of Indian state, students. So secular means the state is without any religion. State support every, means state is not going to support a single religion. Okay, so there is a no specific religion of the state India, students. Okay, so option D is correct. There is no religion of the state in India. Features of secularism as basically envisaged in the preamble to mean that state will know religion of its own and all person will be equally entitled to freedom of conscience and a right freely to profess, practice, propagate the religion of their own choice. SR Bommai case versus Union of India. Okay, now how many type of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity in that order have been mentioned in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Okay, so justice. What type of justice we have? Social, economical and political. 3 words. Okay, what type of equality we have? What type of liberty we have? Liberty of thought, belief, faith, expression and worship. Okay, liberty of thought, belief, faith, expression and worship. Expression will be here, but I'm just writing in this format. So this is 5. And then students, equality, equality of opportunity and status, and then fraternity. So if you see, if you follow this, it is going to be correct. 3, 5, 2, 1. Okay, so this is also going to be important. This type of question is also there. So 3 type of justice, 5 type of liberty, 2 type of equality and 1 type of fraternity is mentioned under the preamble of Indian Constitution. Very unique question, and if you are not knowing, then definitely you are going to commit mistake. Okay, so preamble talk about the liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, and the most essential for the development of an individual. It provides for the social, political and economical justice, which is important to make the life of people equitable. Equality of status and opportunity. Fraternity in the preamble means sense of brotherhood to students. Now just move to the next question, and it was in Bihar PSC 2008. Socialist, democratic, sovereign and secular. Choose the correct sequence word in the given in the preamble, students. So as you know, sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic and then republic. So 3, 1, 4, 2. So statement means A is going to be correct for this A. We already discussed socialist and secular word was added later. The correct sequence of this word given in the preamble as mentioned in the constitution as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. We already discussed this concept multiple times. So to save the time, I am just moving to the next question, students. UP lower 1998. The goal of constitution is to assure for all citizens. What type of things we are securing and assuring for citizen? Justice, social and economic, liberty of thought and expression, equality of opportunity, dignity of individual. Okay, so what we want to secure and assure for the nation students, means for the citizen students. Okay, so what you see: justice, social, economical, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of opportunity and dignity of individual. So these all are very correct. So statement means all statement are correct. So option D is going to be correct for the same students. So goal of Constitution of India is to assure justice, social and economical, liberty of thought, expression, equality of opportunity and dignity of individual. So these all will be included under the preamble. Now you have to see the 31st question. This was in Chhattisgarh PSC 2011. All individuals are fully and equally human. This principle is known as universalism, holism, socialism or interactionism. So what you find, students, this is called as universalism. They all will be treated equally. Okay, so it is called as universalism, refer to the idea as belief that certain principle, values and rights are applicable and valid to all people regardless their culture, social and geographical differences. It suggests that some concept like human right have universal basically applicability and should be upheld without any discrimination. So this statement will help you in mains also. Okay, so that's why this series is very, very unique. We are moving towards the next question. On the implication of equality in the society is the absence of. Okay, equality in the society in the absence of privileges, restraints, competition and ideology, students. Okay, so absence of privileges. Okay, this was in UPSC pre 2017, very unique. So one of the implication of equality in the society is the absence of privileges. There will be some officers who will get the privilege, but not for everyone. So the principle is derived from the concept of equality before law, which is British in origin, and the rule of equality before law not absolute. There are constitutional and other exceptions to it. As you know, students equal will be treated equally. There are some exceptions like president, governor. They are not going to be faced any case till the time they are on their own position, means on the post of this president or governor. Now you have to choose the correct. Okay, so UPPSC 2008 question: social equality is not guaranteed in our Indian Constitution. Social equality already existed in our country. Social equality is guaranteed in our Constitution, and none of the above, students. Which of the following is correct? So social equality is guaranteed in our Indian Constitution. We are discussing about the Constitution, so it is given here. Okay, I hope you all getting it. If you feel any doubt, if you feel any difficulties, just tell me. Okay, so explanation is here. Statement C is correct, as social equality is guaranteed in our Constitution. The Preamble of India secure to all citizens of India equality of status and opportunity. This provision embraces three dimensions of equality: civic, political and economical, students. Now the 34th question says that economic justice as one of the objective of the Indian Constitution has been provided in UPPSC 2017 as well as UPSC 2013. Okay, so the preamble and fundamental right. Economic justice, where it is included: preamble and directive principle of state policy, fundamental right and directive principle of state policy, or none of the above. Economic, what type of justice we have? Social, economical and political. So it means that it is included under the preamble as well as Article 39 of Indian Constitution about the economic justice. So automatically, if you see, option B is going to be correct for the same. So economic justice as one of the objective of the Constitution has been provided in the preamble of the Indian directive principle of state policy under Article 38 of the Indian Constitution. Economic justice denote the non-discrimination between the people on the basis of economic factors, students. Article 35 we have: which one of the following objective is not embodied in preamble to the Constitution of India, students? It was in UPPCS multiple time as well as IAS pre 2017. Liberty of thought, economic liberty, liberty of expression and liberty of belief. Okay, which of the following objective is not embodied? So students, liberty of thought, belief, expression, faith and worship, it is included, but economic liberty is not there. So state means basically option B is incorrect. Economic liberty is not embodied in the preamble to the Constitution of India. Economic liberty is the ability of people of a society to take economic action. The preamble gives liberty of thought, expression, belief and faith and worship, as well as equality of status and opportunity. It embodied the economic justice, just not the economic liberty, students. Now we have the 36th question. It was in IAS UPSC pre-examination 2 times 16 and 18. Which one of the following reflect the most appropriate relationship between law and liberty? There are more law, there is less liberty. There is no laws, there is no liberty. There is liberty, laws have to be made by the people. If law are changed too often, liberty in danger. So which of the following is going to be right for the same, students? Okay, so if there is no laws, like in our houses, like in our home, if there is no law, there is no liberty. Means you can't say I'm free. I'm free for this. Okay, so at any time your family is going to control you in the same format. If there is no law, there will be no liberty. So statement B is most appropriate and it is right for the same, students. So the most appropriate relationship between the law and liberty is there are no law, there is no liberty. Law and liberty are complementary to each other. When there is no laws to protect our provided freedom and liberty, violation of the same took place. Liberty does not mean license to do what one like. Liberty can enjoy within the limitation mentioned in the Constitution. There is a knowledge plus also. Political philosopher John Locke believed that law creates a condition for people to enjoy liberty in its fullest form. It governs human action and help to maintain the peace and harmony. Students, UPPSC RO examination 2021. In preamble of the Indian Constitution, which justice is provided to all citizens? Social, religious, political, social, economic, cultural, social, political, cultural, social, economic, political. So what type of justice we have? Social, economic, political, students, and this concept we derive from Russia. Okay, so the preamble of Indian Constitution, social, economical, political justice provided to its citizen. The ideal of justice has been taken from Russian Revolution 1917. Preamble is an introductory and expressionary statement in the Constitution that explains its purpose and underlying philosophy. It declares India to be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic polity. Students, now we have the 38th question. Which of the following judgment state that preamble was not part of Indian Constitution? So there were two cases. In the Keshav Anand Bharti case, it was says that preamble is a part of Indian Constitution. Students, okay, but there was a case in 1960, okay, that is called as Beruberi Union case, where Supreme Court says that preamble is not part of Indian Constitution, but later it was found that it is a basic part of Indian Constitution. So option A is correct for the same. So Beruberi case stated that preamble was not part of the Constitution. The Supreme Court also declared preamble to the Constitution serve as key to open the mind of the framer and shows the general purpose for which they made several provisions in the Constitution. It is not the source of power or limitation on the power of government. Hence, how in the case of Anand Bharti case 1973, once again it is rejected, and it's declared that preamble is a part of Indian Constitution. Students, once again in the UPPCS, pre and means both. Which of the following case Supreme Court regarded preamble as a part of the basic structure of the Constitution? Students, preamble is a part of basic structure. Recently we discussed in Beruberi 1960, they say that not part, but in Keshav Anand Bharti case 1973, they say that part of Indian Constitution. So option D is correct for the same. Okay, so we already discussed. Okay, now see the question number 40. Which of the following case Supreme Court held that preamble forms part of the Constitution? It is Union of India, Dr. Kohli, Banarsi Das versus State of UP, SR Bombay versus Union of India, Malak Singh versus State of Punjab. Students, SR Bombay case 1994, it says that preamble forms part of the Constitution of India. Students, okay, SR Bombay case gave a landmark judgment of the Supreme Court regarding the basic structure doctrine as well as regarding the basically blatant misuse of Article 356. Multiple time means in any state they are using precedent rule. Okay, if they are not in power, center used to implement the precedent rule, new election. So SR Bombay case, it was in Karnataka. So he basically challenged, because governor not given the chance and for the floor test, and the government was dissolved. So that's why he moved to court. Now you have the 41st question. It was in Telangana PSC 2023. The Constitution commands justice, liberty, equality and fraternity as a supreme value to assure the egalitarian social, economical and political democracy. To establish an egalitarian social order, the Trinity, the preamble, the fundamental right and the directive principle of state policy delineated path for the socio-economic justice. Now you have to choose the right answer. Which of the following is correct? Students, if you see, both are going to be right for the same. So option C is going to be a correct answer for the same. Students, okay, so here the explanation, both statements are correct with respect to the political order of Indian Constitution. Constitutional commands justice, liberty, equality and fraternity as a supreme value to assure the egalitarian social, economical and political democracy. These values are part of preamble to establish these values in the society. Trinity, the preamble, fundamental right and directive principle of are the important to set the path for the socio-economic justice students. Now, this question will be your homework. Consider the following statement. Andhra Pradesh PSC 2023. Preamble was enacted before the enactment of entire constitution. Very important. You have to read it carefully. Preamble is a part of the constitution but has no legal effect independently on other part. This statement we already discussed. It is enforceable through the court of law, and objective resolution by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru sir finally became the foundation of preamble. So which of the statement is correct? Which of the following statement is incorrect? Okay, so you have to see it very carefully, okay, and you have to give the right answer in comment box. Explanation is there, okay, just see the explanation but in the last. Okay students, this is all about this chapter, Preamble of Indian Constitution, and as I already told you, this book is going to help you a lot to build your concept, to make your path easy for the mains examination. So go with the book. This book is available for other subjects also: Indian history, geography, Indian polity, Indian economy, general science, and this book is 100% error free, and there's a very detailed explanation, knowledge plus with a typical question, PYQ bullets for the revision, and free package chapter test also. So thank you so much for joining and listening, my students. We'll meet soon everyone. Take care. Have a great day. If you feel any doubt, any difficulties, you